Sally Sass. I'm a GP at Elliott Hall Medical Centre. Today we'd like to say a really big thank you to all of our volunteers. We'd like to share with you our amazing journey that started in March 2020 and has helped hone and refine our recruitment and development of leadership amongst patient volunteers at the practice. The Patient Heroes project acted as a catalyst for our volunteer programme that we also set up at our local vaccination centre in January 2021 and has led on to the work that we're now doing with our COVID booster and flu clinics. We're really proud of what's been achieved and are grateful for the chance to share some of these stories with you in the following video, all of whom are patients at Elliott Hall Medical Centre. Thanks very much.
Hello, my name's Jackie Martin, Chair of the Patients Association at Elliott Hall. The Patients Association was founded 30 years ago and we have worked very closely with surgery staff to provide a variety of activities to help the patients. When the first lockdown was announced, Dr. Jenner immediately contacted me to see how we could support the vulnerable patients who would need urgent help.
We proposed a buddy system where volunteers would provide one-to-one support for those patients. Surgery staff decided that we would only seek volunteers from those patients who were not eligible for a flu jab.
The following day, a text message was sent to those who fell into that category, and within 24 hours, we had over 100 volunteers offering to help. Our volunteers were asked to do regular shopping, medication collections, and provide social contact over the phone. We were also very grateful for 8 medical students who offered their support and played a large part by ringing all patients identified as possibly needing support. They were also a significant link between medical staff and volunteers. We want to show you the impact that we had by speaking to some of the people involved in what we called the Heroes Scheme.
Hello, I'm Niraj, one of the medical student volunteers and also a patient at Elliott Hall. Together with 7 other students who approached the surgery, we called over 1,000 patients to offer support and then acted as the key link between the practice, Patients Association and volunteers on the ground. Together with Drs Jenner and Zaz, we devised a framework to ensure the safety of our volunteers and patients and the rapid escalation of any issues that could have arisen. The patients were supported by volunteers who were themselves managed by 10 locality stewards, and overseeing this process was the team at the practice and senior members of the Patients Association. This flexible, adaptable model proved to be safe, effective, and importantly quick to deploy. Volunteering during the pandemic in primary care was a privilege, and it's an experience that we'll all carry with us throughout our careers. Hearing from patients and local services such as pharmacies, who we also deployed volunteers to, emphasised the power that patient participation has in the community, and it's inspired us to carry this forward into our future practice. We'd now like you to hear from one of our patients and their paired volunteer about their experiences.
Hi, this is Kay. But having the volunteer was wonderful. She was always on time and very methodical. Well, she always rang me and told me what time she'd be coming around, and I'd write a list for her. And she was very good. She'd knock the door and she'd take the bags and go, and if she saw anything that she thought I might like, she would get it for me, which was very nice. And it was just lovely not having to go down to a supermarket full of people. It is nice to know that I could ring the lady. She only lives around the corner from me, and I know she would come and help me. But I'm quite an independent and I try to do things myself, but I know she would help me if I needed it. Thank you very much all for all the help everyone's given me.
Hi, I'm Steph. I started volunteering back in sort of March 2020. I also volunteered at Byron Hall, which was an extraordinary experience, and it was lovely to just be able to put something back into the community, having had so much from the community and particularly Elliott Hall. It was a way of refocusing, and it was lovely. The other volunteers and all the medical staff were just marvellous, and it was nice. It was quite a family, and it was lovely to meet people, fellow patients like Kay, and be able to help them, but sort of still be in touch. But I think I'd just like to thank all of you at Elliott Hall for all that you do. It's extraordinary and yeah, as a patient as well as a volunteer, I have experienced that, and that really is top stuff. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Jerry. I'm one of the locality stewards, and I was a shift leader at the Byron Hall Vaccination Centre. As a locality steward during the Heroes project, I had 25 volunteers that I paired up with patients. I arranged the right patient and the right volunteer. I was supporting patients in Zoom because a lot of our elderly patients were on their own and they felt isolated, and they were able to contact family, they were able to contact the medical centre. It was through this I became empowered to offer the Patients Association the ICT support. On a personal level, I felt privileged and honoured to be able to do the Elliott Hall Heroes project as a locality steward, and to work with my local community, and I met so many wonderful people. It was a wonderful experience.
Hi, I'm Adrian. I'd been part of the Heroes project. I acted as a locality steward. All of a sudden we had this challenge of the local vaccination programme, and we were contacted by one of the local PCNs who knew about the Heroes project, knew about the volunteers, and they asked us if we could support their vaccination programme. We had 4 or 5 days notice to put a programme in place, and at the end of 5 months we'd supported them to do 67,000 vaccinations. None of that would have been possible without the infrastructure we had put in place already. The energy of the Elliott Hall community in volunteering was a really important factor in the success of the vaccination programme. Of course, as well as the Elliott Hall community, we managed to draw on other surgeries, other PCNs across Harrow who saw what was happening and wanted to be part of it. And I think that sort of dissemination and the encouragement of volunteers across Harrow is a really important part of what we achieved. And of course, we've now got the flu jab and booster challenge to come.
Hello, my name is Chris Jenner and I am a recently retired GP at Elliott Hall Medical Centre. The stories from the last 6 clips have been repeated hundreds of times across our locality as a result of our projects. At Elliott Hall Medical Centre, we recognise that patients are our greatest resource, and this has underpinned our strong tradition of patient participation. We are just so proud of what our patients, medical students and broader team have achieved. Our project has demonstrated a robust model for reaching out to communities at speed, and we now feel in a position to respond with confidence to any challenge at short notice. This has been an exciting initiative and one that has engaged and rewarded a new generation of volunteers from our practice. We were taken aback at just how inclusive the response from volunteers has been and the pride in the community that has resulted. As a practice, we are proud of our volunteers being recognised by an article in the BMJ, nominations for awards, and the opportunity to share our passion for patient participation on a national scale. Our projects continue, and we hope that through this video we can inspire fellow patients, their practices and primary care networks to work together to help address the unmet needs and social inequalities that exist in our communities today. Thank you for listening to our volunteers. Please feel free to reach out to us if you would like to know more. Thank you.